Alright, so this might be an unpopular opinion in the car community today, but honestly, having too much tech in a car is not nice. Let me explain. If it has to get to a point where you need a screen just like this to control, how hot or how cold you want the car to be and things like that, I find it to be like too extra and it makes no sense. Like, I personally like still having buttons. Like, some things I don't mind with having a screen, but I feel like when it gets done to the point where literally the whole car is controlled by a screen and you have to like swipe and click things and just do all the extra stuff, I feel like it's just too much. It's good to have both and moderate, but like nowadays, everything you get in has like some type of big screen, it's touch, there's no more buttons. Like, another good example is, like, let's say you want to turn on your seat warmers. Like, it's so easy just to click a button. Nowadays, you gotta swipe left, go up, scroll right, click this, touch that, just to turn on, your heated or your cooled seats. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I feel like it's good to have both and moderate, like a decent amount of technology, but also still being in a car at the end of the day, not an iPhone. Again, that's just my opinion personally, but let me know what you guys think about that.
Oh yeah, buy a $107,000 truck, they said. Yep, CarPlay doesn't even work.
Another thing that's on my mind while I'm thinking about it, we don't need any more technology in the cars. We've done it. We've perfected car technology. Lane keep assist, cruise control, the little screen in the center, we've done it. We don't need nothing else. Because it starts with massage seats. And everyone's like, oh, I like that. I feel bougie. Now they're talking about Wi-Fi. You know what comes after Wi-Fi, right? It's advertisements. It's AI. And then you in a rush to get somewhere. Hey, watch this 30-second ad before you can start your car. Oh, but don't worry. We have your car premium package, so you can skip the ads before you press to start. Bro, we don't need any more tech in the cars. We're good.
Dear car manufacturers, we want less tech and better car prices. So I just went from a 2016 pretty much base model car to a 2025 higher trim level car. And I mean, the issues that I have with this car are like, I think pretty standard across the board for all kind of newer cars right now. And I've had this conversation with multiple people. We want buttons. We don't want touchscreen everything. I want a key. I don't like the fob. I want some knobs for the heat, even for like the radio volume. Like, yes, we have all the things on the steering wheel, but I want to just like reach over and spin something while I'm driving. I think it's so dangerous when I like need to find something that it's all touchscreen. Like, I don't like that. Like, I'd rather like be able to like press a button up and down, look at the road. I think that we've just made things overcomplicated that don't need to be overcomplicated. Like, nobody asked for this. I like modern conveniences, but it's just gotten like a little out of hand. I don't want to be driving a computer. I want to be driving a car. In the comments if you agree. Like I said, I've had this conversation with multiple people, and like we seem to have the same feelings about like wanting a knob for like the radio and for like the heat.
New cars today have more problems than older cars. I'm a car dealer. I buy and sell cars for a living, and I'm telling you this. I know a lot of people who bought a new car with 0 miles, fresh out of the lot. And they've already been in the shop for weeks. Engine issues, software issues, sensors failing, electrical issues. Unless it's a Jeep, no matter the year, it's already expected to be in the shop. But seriously, how is it the companies that have billions of dollars invested in research and development still produce cars with major issues? They have unlimited engineering and testing. And yet we still get all of these problems. Back-ordered parts, massive recalls, known issues on a specific model. Honestly, I believe the cars having more electrical components, having more sensors, they're now basically high-tech drivable computers. More components, more chance for them to fail. Older cars were so simple, basically only mechanical. You take care of your engine, you take care of your transmission, your suspension, and you're good. I'm not saying don't buy new. I'm just saying don't assume new means better or more reliable. Some of the most reliable cars are older models with proven engines. Some of the biggest headaches right now are new cars. You can't determine reliability on age alone. Honestly, the solution for all of this, build and add repairs into your budget, understand cost of ownership. People don't understand that and learn this the hard way.
There are too many screens in the cars. We've gone off the deep end. Now there's a screen for the passenger, there's a screen in the center console, another screen to change the temperature and fan speed. I'm talking about Tesla, Rivian, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, Audi, Volkswagen. It's too much. It's too much of a distraction. What happens when that technology is out of date? What are we going to be looking at when we see these cars in 20 years? It's not as easy to replace a screen on the dashboard as it is, a head unit in an old car. I'm so curious as to where we go with this. Do we have too many screens in cars? Is this going to be a problem in the future? Let me know.
Don't get me wrong, I'm loving having a newer car, but it's all fun and games until you're trying to merge onto the Merritt Parkway and your engine automatically shuts off! In Connecticut, we have this highway called the Merritt. Basically, all the on-ramps have stop signs at the end of them, so you have to go from a dead stop to highway speed without committing vehicular manslaughter. You can imagine how extra unhelpful it is when you make it to the front of the line. There's like 20 cars behind you. You're inching forward trying to find a spot. Finally, someone's getting off the exit. You go to floor it. Your engine's off! Your engine's like, I'm making the executive decision to reduce our carbon footprint. Yeah, by fucking killing us. Now is not the time.
Has technology hurt or helped cars?
That's an interesting one. Both. Can I go with both? My first immediate thought goes to that the more technology we put into vehicles, and actually we were talking about this with the tech not too long ago, it is rapidly increasing. And with more parts and more modules and more sensors, what that also means is more problems with your vehicle, more things that are going to break. Mercedes is averaging 55 modules per car, whereas Subaru's only average 20 modules per vehicle. So if you want to make the argument that more technology hurts a vehicle, you're talking about 35 more devices that can and will fail on your car. The cool thing is that, if you're somebody who likes to text and drive, and having all the sensors saying, hey, you're about to hit somebody, or hey, you're about to lose the lane, that part of the technology is helping, right? Because theoretically, it's supposed to be helping cars and helping drivers. So it's kind of a mix of both here. I would make the argument that the more technology you put into a vehicle means the more things are going to fail. And as we all know, modules are extremely expensive. And the worst part, especially as like an independent repair shop, the more information that is needed for the vehicles, the less access that shops tend to get. Unless if you're willing to put the investment in and buying all these new products and all these new subscriptions and all these new scanners, it's getting more and more expensive to, as independent repair facilities, for us to have the research and have the information and have the tools that we need to fix your car. So like at our shop, we're happy to invest. We want to make sure that we're doing well with your car and fix your car right the first time. However, though, if you're working in a shop that maybe doesn't have that luxury, it makes it that much more difficult. And so, it's a hit and a miss, but I don't think it's helping, if that makes any sense. I don't think it's improving the industry. I think it's more of, it's making cars smarter, but it's making them that much more harder to keep on the road.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Meg, and I wanted to make this video today because it's very obvious that cars nowadays have so much tech in it. We depend on a lot of it more than we did even like 5-10 years ago. And just from what I'm seeing, just from other people's experiences, it kind of seems like you're going to be more likely to repair sensors and things having to do with the computers more than you are actual mechanical things under the hood. Now, don't get me wrong. There are definitely some newer cars that still need a lot of mechanical work, but each and every year that we advance more towards adding new technology to these cars, it's going to make it more and more inevitable to where you're going to be so dependent upon the computer and like the sensors and everything working in your car. Because I've seen so many videos in which, like, when you turn the car on, you're not even able to see like the speedometer or anything. And I mean, obviously you need to know how fast you're going and, all that good stuff. As time goes on, they're just going to start putting so much stuff into like the touch interface of these newer cars. And it's kind of funny because I was watching a few videos on like 2027 Mercedes, and even in this video they kind of show it, like I think it's in one of the creators I have included here, like the entire front panel. And I know it's not just Mercedes, but it's getting to the point where the entire front dash is all screen. And I get it from an aesthetic standpoint, it looks nice. Like, we want to feel like we're getting like all the latest tech. Well, some of us, I don't want to speak for everyone, but visually it kind of looks nice. Now, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people disagree. I think personally it's a little too much. I don't feel like we need to have practically a television screen on our front dashboard. Because first, when all of the tech started coming out, it started with your instrument cluster and your speedometer and everything. Then it moved to the radio and controlling like your infotainment system and like your AC. And now they're putting unnecessary screens even on the passenger side. And I just honestly do not get why they are doing that. Like, it's not even anything functional. It's purely for aesthetics. And I just think that the fact that they're trying to put more and more things as a touchscreen, I feel like we're losing the plot a little bit, because that's just adding more distraction on your drive. I know a lot of the manufacturers, if not all, I'm pretty sure most manufacturers have a lot of the controls on the steering wheel, so you don't have to touch. But I know if, for example, like Mercedes, they're moving it all to touch screen, and it's not even physical buttons on the steering wheel anymore. So I kind of starting to like not really fully realize the intention here. I thought the intention was to not have to move your hands to do it on like the, the middle panel. But now if the steering wheel is touch screen or touch, controls, what's the difference from having to actually go look on the screen? But I don't know, you guys, the fact that they're starting to move more and more things behind like the computer systems, I just feel like it's going to be inevitable where everything is going to control it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised in a few years if the controls to open your gas tank is going to be on the touchscreen panels. I mean, I know a lot of people still have like the push, or you still have like the lever somewhere in your car, but I kind of feel like that's going to be like the next step. Like, they want so much of this stuff to be controlled by computers, so it gives you more of an odds to have to go get it fixed eventually, which of course that means getting more money. Or they are probably just hoping people won't want to bother with it because it's going to be so expensive, to where you'll just get the latest and greatest and the newest models. I do miss the knobs in the vehicle from being able to control your AC and like your defrosters and everything. I miss raising up the volume with the knobs as well, but it's seeming like that's going to be a thing of the past. We are advancing too fast. And I think even eventually the base level, I feel like the base model cars are even going to have like a lot of tech involved, because they want to be able to get everybody, no matter what trim your car is. And also another thing too that I feel is going to be inevitable is the subscription model on everything. A lot of these manufacturers are going to start getting on the bandwagon. There's a fair amount of them now. Forcing people to get subscriptions is definitely going to backfire, because I think people will stop buying cars if every little thing is going to be behind a paywall. That's going to make people apprehensive in wanting to upgrade. I know it will for me, because the fact that I'm buying a car and I'm still going to have to pay monthly to be able to access things like the CarPlay and heated seats, that's uncalled for me. That's something I'm purchasing along with buying the actual vehicle. That's a feature of the vehicle. I shouldn't have to pay a monthly subscription for it. That is just being a little too greedy to me. I just think we are advancing too fast. And like the one creator said, I feel like it's going to get to the point, and I think they're already starting to do it in some manufacturers. They're going to start having ads, and it's just going to all be a ploy to get your data. Anyway, you guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Trying to grow the channel. And yeah, that's all I have for today. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Bye. See you later.